Tonight, we welcome in one of the greatest guards in UVA history, a three-time high school state champion, and a Who legend everyone remembers fondly, three-point marksman J.R. Reynolds. Find out some of his favorite memories from UVA, what he thought of the coaching staff and the other talent at UVA, and what he's up to now. All of that and more on the Cavalier Connection right now. Welcome into another edition of the Cavalier Connection. I'm your host, Jeff Lowe, joined by Jay Ballard. How are you tonight, Jay?
I'm doing great. Excited for this interview. This is one of the interviews I've really been looking forward to since we started talking to JR. And, he was one of our favorites coming through in that time frame. So really excited to talk to him.
Yeah, no question. I'm looking forward to it. I know we went to I remember fondly when we went to the game when they played Virginia Tech. We sat in the student section. Remember that? Singletary and JR. Yeah.
Yep. Got a big win that night.
Yep. So fun time. Excited for this interview tonight. Before we get to the interview, though, we got to talk about our sponsor of this episode, which is our friends over at Mincer's. And it's Christmas time, Jay. We know, folks, the clock is ticking. Mincer's has been running their 12 days of Christmas sale. And, folks, you've got to get in. There's only 2 days left, and that's counting today. When you see this episode, you have Thursday and you have Friday. Don't miss out on these deals. Tomorrow, we will post on Facebook their sale for tomorrow. Don't miss out. If you're looking for that perfect gift in the UVA fan in your life, you have to look to Mincer Sportswear. Jay, do they have T-shirts there?
Oh, they've got T-shirts.
They got T-shirts and good sales on them.
So, Jeff, here's something that will brighten anyone's day. I have an alert set up on my phone that when more than $50 comes out of my account, I get an alert. Well, I had been told, hey, don't look at the bank account because I'm going to be buying some of your Christmas presents. So just don't look at the account. And I did not have any plans to look at the account, Jeff, but I can't stop alerts. And so I'm looking at my phone, an alert pops up. You just spent X amount of dollars at Mincer's. I said,
oh boy.
Oh boy.
Giddy up. The excitement is kicking on that one.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
something
man.
Good's coming.
That's the exciting part about that is you just don't know what it is.
Exactly.
But something big's on the way.
You know, I've already bought myself something, so
I know.
to get something else.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Now you can let somebody else buy you a little something. Yeah, Mincer's is the spot to get it. The T-shirts, the polos, the sweatshirts, hats, anything you need for your game day accessories. Virginia's got a couple basketball games coming up here before the end of the year with coming up tomorrow or today as you're listening to this. We got Bethune-Cookman. So throw your gear on. 2 convenient locations. You got one that's on the corner in Charlottesville, who Elton Brown, friend of the program, really made us well aware of the corner. And you got your Mincer's location there. And then you got one at the shops at Stonefield, which also, the special thing there as well is you got your free parking and easy to park. So if you check out one of their 2 locations, you can knock that Christmas shopping right on out. And, I can just say, and Jay is a prime example. If you have a UVA fan in your life, It's Christmas time. Mensa's his place. Jay
Yep.
is giddy. He's giddy right now because he looked at his bank account.
Well, I didn't look at my bank account, Jeff. I can't help alerts that
Well, the
appear
alert, I know.
on my phone.
But when the alert comes, it's coming from the bank account.
Yes,
And
but I did not open the app of my
you
bank
just
account.
saw Mensa's purchase, and you're giddy.
Yes.
Let's just be real. You're giddy.
Fact.
Yeah. And
don't tell my wife if you're listening to this.
we at our household, it alerts Shannon's phone anytime we make a purchase out of the bank account, and which is just great, except for the fact when it's Christmas time,
right?
And you try to slip a gift here or there, and you can't, and like you open it up and they can see where you've made this purchase from. One tip to our listening audience: if you order something online, if you have a PayPal account and they offer PayPal payment, link that thing to your bank account. So then if you pay with PayPal, only thing that'll show up on the charge is PayPal.
That's a good tip.
So
next level.
I've had to do that a couple times to make a surprise or two maybe for Christmas. But yeah, Jay's giddy for his Mensa's wear. I'm giddy for I've already said got a couple orders coming in as well. Had already shown up that I'm giving away for Christmas, and I'll be real about it. I ordered something for myself, and I told Shannon I've ordered something for myself for Christmas from Mensa's. All she's got to do is put it in the box and wrap it. I picked myself out a gift. So I've got
nothing says from the heart like picking your own gifts.
Listen, when there's 12 days of Christmas at Mensa's, you gotta strike while the iron's hot. There was a good deal. I liked one of the deals. I went ahead, I got it for myself and potentially a couple others in my life.
I was like the Grinch, Jeff. My heart grew 3 sizes when I saw that Mensa's with the amount.
Right. Oh gosh, yeah, exciting time. Thanks to Mensa's for sponsoring the show. Yep. So tonight we will be welcoming in new friend of the show, former Virginia great sharpshooter J.R. Reynolds. And now we are welcoming in former Virginia sharpshooter J.R. Reynolds. J.R., how are you tonight?
I'm good. I can't complain, So
I saw you guys got a big win last night. You played. Who'd you guys play last night?
We played VMI.
Okay. Yeah, I seen y'all had got a big win.
No. We played Carolina. Sorry,
that's right. Yeah. And you played VMI last week, though.
Yeah.
All your wins are running together.
Yeah.
So you played high school basketball at Roanoke Catholic and then Oak Hill Academy. Can you talk to us about your high school career and what it was like to play at Oak Hill Academy?
Yeah, it was great. It was a great experience for me. I had won 3 state championships with Reynolds Catholic, so I felt like it was time for me to try a new challenge, and went up to Oak Hill, talked to Coach Smith, and I felt like it was a perfect fit right up the street from where I live at 2.5 hours, middle of nowhere, so I can only focus on basketball and get to play against guys from all over the world. But it was a great experience. I was just thinking about this a few minutes ago. We was the first high school basketball on ESPN when we played LeBron James. So, that's something. Even though we didn't get the results we wanted, which was a win, it was still, cool to play against him in that environment. So
I know those games were big deals. I remember watching those on ESPN for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were in that game. I didn't either. I just you hear about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks whenever they play the reruns and stuff. You get caught on screen, then you got a bunch of people hitting you up like, "Oh man, LeBron was killing you!" Like he's doing that to everybody. He's doing it now at 39 years old.
Right.
That's nothing to hold your head for. That's something to hold your head up. Yeah, I was on the floor with LeBron.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
I guess it was a great experience though.
So I know you were growing up in Roanoke, so that's in Virginia Tech's backyard. Did you ever consider them? And what other schools did you consider before choosing Virginia?
Nah, it was only two schools. It was North Carolina, which I really wanted to go there, and then UVA. I never really considered Virginia Tech, but those were mainly the two schools that I wanted to go to.
We're glad you chose Virginia.
Yeah.
What led you to choosing Virginia, and how did Coach Gillen's system fit into your style of play?
It was, Coach Gillen, Tommy Harrion, who actually left right when I got there my freshman year. He had took a job somewhere else. But growing up in Roanoke, seeing Kurt Staples, who's from Roanoke, play there, I always wanted to, play in my backyard. And I felt like Virginia was not at the top, but I felt like, if I got the right pieces, then I wanted to be able to build something. And saying I was part of that building, program to get Virginia to the top. So that's what the main decision for me going there, and also playing in the ACC against, the Carolinas, the Dukes, the Marylands, all that. So, and I felt like I could play right away also. So,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, I said I felt like I can play as a freshman also. So that kind of helped out a lot too.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. You had 4 outstanding years. But what was your first impression of Coach Gillen and kind of the UVA basketball program when you were kind of looking at it, as an outsider, maybe as a senior in high school?
I mean, it was fun. Those, like you said, those guys got up and down, which I was accustomed to. They pressed, they shot threes. So it was good. I actually went to a game. I can't remember who they were playing, but it was a great atmosphere when I went. So, like I said, I was very excited about my choice to go to Virginia.
So you played at the end of the University Hall era and the start of the JPJ era. Kind of compare those two arenas, and which one did you actually feel gave you the best home court advantage?
U-Haul was nice. I mean, I played 2 years there. So U-Haul was a tough environment. The fans was crazy there, especially when we played the Dukes on the Carolinas, Marylands, Virginia Tech. But JPJ was just another level. That was just something that you never really saw before. It was almost like an NBA arena. So once that was built. And that first game against Arizona, man, that's still probably one of the top games that I played in. That environment was amazing. So I don't think anything can compare to that.
Yeah, I mean, JPJ, even now when I walk in, I'm like, this place is just a gym. I mean, it's unbelievable. But
yeah.
So what would you say is your favorite road atmosphere to play in?
My favorite road atmosphere, oh man, I heard Elton say Maryland. For sure, Maryland fans are crazy, man. It's a story that he didn't say, but I'm not going to say.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, definitely Maryland and Duke. So those are the top environments away games.
Yeah, Maryland kind of, if I remember right, Maryland has that just kind of vertical, like behind the basket. The student section just looks like it goes straight up, right?
And the fans are out there in Walmart, and they listen. They say anything that come to their mind. Like they know your mom, they know your girlfriend.
Oh gosh,
they know everybody. They know everybody. So,
oh my goodness,
full of research.
Fun environments to play in, definitely.
You kind of already told us this, but looking back, your most memorable game, or maybe other than the Arizona game, or moment as a Virginia player, and why did it stand out to you?
I think it'd be the game that against Duke at home. I think it was my senior year when Sean hit that shot. The crazy part about that, the pointing to the camera, it was crazy. Before the game, the camera guy came up to me and Sean was like, "Hey, listen, if you guys do something, just make sure you get point at me because I'm going to have the live camera." Yeah. So when Sean made that shot, he pointed right at the camera because the guy, kind of told us before the game, like that was a historical moment and something that people still talk about to this day. So that whole game was crazy and fun to play in.
Yeah, I know you had some big performances against the Dukes and the Marylands of the world. Are there any memorable stories or specific challenges you faced in those games or any other games?
Probably going against CP. I say going against CP at Wake Forest. We were friends before college. Actually went to a few camps together. So just going up against him and then, just us talking to each other back and forth, just talking stuff. Those games were fun, being competitive. So I'll probably say the Wake Forest game at their place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know in your final season you made the tournament. What was it like to finally get a chance to play in the big dance?
It was nice. That's something that I always, the reason why I went to Virginia just to play in the NCAA tournament, unfortunately fell short. My first 3 years and was able to get there my senior year. So it was fun, man. It was a great atmosphere. We beat can't remember when we played the first round. But we lost to Tennessee the second round. So it was nice to get, the team back there to the dance and have them build on something to look forward to the next season. So
I was sure y'all were going to make a run that year too.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, you know what? I felt so great those two games, and then the Tennessee game. Once I twisted my ankle, it was kind of like I tried my best the second half, and I just couldn't didn't have the same effect that I did the first half. So that kind of helped. It kind of hurt, and for us to only lose by 3. Man, I think if I was healthy, I think we would have won that game for sure in the second half.
Y'all were like Steph Curry. Like there was no shot too deep.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was Chris Lofton going back and forth. Like those games were fun, man. And I still look back on it to today, like just seeing how the environment was, and us going back and forth. And some of those guys I still know to this day. So it's cool, man. It was a good, like I said, good atmosphere.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you played with some of the, UVA greats like Elton Brown, Devin Smith, Todd Billett, Sean, of course. I mean, Sean Singletary, of course. And that's just a few. I don't even want to name more because I'd be here all night. But are you close with those guys still? Any of those guys still? And tell us a little bit, like inside the locker room, who was the jokesters, who had the big personalities, and anything you can share on those guys.
The jokesters definitely were TJ Bannister and Elton Brown. Those two together, is nonstop jokes. And once they tag team, like once they got on you, it was over with. Like it just continued back and forth the whole practice, after practice. Like those were the jokesters on the team, so they kept the practice entertaining. But yeah, man, it was fun to play with all those guys. We even coming in with Gary Forbes, TJ Bannister. We had a great freshman recruiting class to come in, so it was good. It was good to continue to build on those years. Learning under Todd Billett, Majestic Map, who was still there. A lot of people forget about him. He didn't play, but he was there my freshman year, kind of helped me. So
I mean, like Jeff kind of mentioned, y'all were like the Splash Brothers before the Splash Brothers. You and Sean. What was it like to play alongside him?
It was great because one thing about it was Coach never really put us on team in practice. We always competed against each other, but game time we knew we had each other's back. So that was the biggest thing. We was going to compete in practice, bring along the team, that whoever was on our team, make them compete, and the game time was just easier because we knew, like I said, we had each other's back. And man, to me, I think we had probably my senior year, we had probably one of the backcourts in the country.
For sure.
And I'm still, mad that, they kind of left me off first team all ACC, but, I kind of let it go a little bit.
So I was just sitting here thinking, and this isn't a question that we had, but I'm sitting here thinking, can you rank for me these backcourts? The Ty Jerome, Kyle Guy, you and Sean, and then we'll go Corey and Curtis?
Oh, those are my guys, man, my mentors. That's tough. That is tough. I mean, of course, I'm going to take us.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
a lot of people are going to take, yeah. I mean, because even though we didn't win the championship, to be able to do what we did, I mean, I think we both averaged 19. Like, it's first in the ACC. Yeah, I'm going to take me and Sean any day. Even though
Who you putting in 2?
it's tough, man.
I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, because Corey and Kurt are my guys, and also Ty.
If you don't say Corey, he might call into the show.
Corey gonna get me. Gonna be like, come on, man. You already know. Kurt too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I have to say Kurt and Corey. You know,
okay.
But close. It's a 2A 2B. Go 2A 2B.
Right. So you actually got to play for Coach Gillen, and then he was replaced, and they brought in Coach Leitao. What were some of the differences in those two guys, just how they were as people and then as coaches as well?
I feel like Pete might have been a little bit more laid back than Leitao, if I can say that. Yeah, I think Pete was more laid back than Leitao. But they both were outstanding coaches. You know, Pete gave me a chance my freshman year to be able to start just through my hard work. So, you know, I also appreciate him for the first 2 years of my career. And then Dave. Whoa.
Yep. I think we got you back.
What
was that, JR?
Yeah, froze up for just a second.
Sorry, yeah. Then Dave, my last 2 years, you know, he was the coach that, I mean, probably a lot of people, you know, he may rub the wrong people, players the wrong way, but I was used to his coaching style. So he helped my career the last 2 years, helped me grow as a player on and off the court. It was the coaching that I was always used to, even growing up. When I first started playing AAU with Keith Haynes, and then I had Delmar Irvin, who were two of my AAU coaches who were tough on me. And, you know, you thought you have a good game. They'd be like, nah, you had 3 turnovers. Right. You missed 2 or 3 free throws, so you didn't have a good game. Like, they push you to the limit, but they brought the best out of you. And that's something that Coach Leitao did my junior and senior season. So that's I think he was the perfect coach for me and Sean and the rest of the guys on the team.
And so I know Coach Gillen was fired after your sophomore season, and Leitao came in. And when you were playing, there was no NIL, unfortunately for you, and there was the transfer. There was no transfer portal. I know you could. Did you ever consider transferring out once there was going to be a coaching change?
I don't think that really crossed my mind. No, it's not like today. Yeah, I don't really think that crossed my mind about transferring. I was just curious to see who they was going to bring in to replace. So once I sat down and had the conversation with them, I knew I was going to stay.
And I know you said you watched the interview with Elton, and one of the things that was funny was we were talking about Coach Gillen's love for timeouts. What were your thoughts on the timeouts? I know Elton said they'd be begging for a TV time. I mean, I don't even remember what he said now. My mind just went blank, but he said something funny.
Yeah, because he said he'll use all the timeouts, so they was waiting for the TV timeouts.
You wait for the TV timeout. That's right. He's like, y'all are tired because you ain't got no timeouts left.
Yeah. Those timeouts were, like you said, Ellen said, you knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah.
So it was on the amount of time. But the best part about this, I used to love when he halftime, because he would always change his shirts at halftime because you'd be sweating so much out of them. So he had to change at halftime. That was the best part about everything.
Were those timeouts were they just to chew on you, or was it like, I mean, because there couldn't be a whole lot of strategy when it's 4-0 2 minutes in.
Right. Yeah, I think it was just to stop the run, man. I think, he just didn't want them to go on a big run. So he'll call one real quick.
Yeah.
For sure, he wasn't holding on to any timeouts.
There's one thing about it. He was never going to leave the game with a timeout in his pocket.
Yeah, no.
So when you think about your time at Virginia, do you have any funny stories or funniest moment with your teammates that you'd like to share?
Funniest stories. I can't think of any right now.
Okay.
I heard Sammy tell a story about Coach Leitao when they was and he played in Philadelphia or something. They lost, and he had made them drive back on the bus. I do have a story about one time. I can't remember who he played on the road, but it was a game we were supposed to win. And I think it was over Christmas break. So guys didn't have class. We didn't have anything. We got back. It was late. We go back to the hotel, and then we get a text message like, "Hey, guys, we need you at the gym." So get to the gym. We was practicing. We practiced for hours and hours and hours. And then finally, I'm like, man, you know what? I can't take this no more. I'm just about to act like I'm passed out. So we running, and I just fall down. And I'm like, Coach Leitao's like, hey, listen, guys, over. Practice over. It's okay. I'm like, yes, thank God. I was tired from the game, and then we got back in practice. Right. I'm like, man.
You rescue the team by laying out.
You got to take one for the team sometimes,
For the team.
And that's the kind of stuff like we as fans, like Jeff and I, like, and the common fan just doesn't know how hard sometimes the athletes have it.
Yeah, yeah, they do. And also the coaches. Being on the other side of this now, I do appreciate everything the coaches put into just everything, practice, game planning, because there's a lot of times they spend that the players don't see going into everything. So I do appreciate, all my coaches that I had in the past. Now I've been on the other side and coaching now. So
for sure. So the 2019 Final Four and championship games, as a basketball alumni, how awesome was that for you? And did you get to attend those games?
I was playing overseas, so actually I didn't get to attend any of the games, but I was up watching them. And the next day in practice, I made sure I wore all my UVA gear that I had in practice. I'm like, Coach, listen, you got to make an exception. I'm not wearing no jersey. I'm just going to keep this on the whole practice. So couldn't nobody tell me anything, once they won the championship. So it was good to see, man, for all the guys, up until that point, all the alumni stuff and the team won it. So it was good to see.
Yeah, I feel like that was like the culmination of like just so many people going all the way back to, Ralph and that generation. And then, the Junior Burrows, the Deans, the Alexanders, and then on to you guys. And I just feel like that championship was for everybody, Yeah,
that's what. Yep, exactly. That's right. It was for everybody.
Yeah,
so it was big.
So Coach Bennett did step down this year, like 3 weeks before the season was starting. What were your thoughts when you heard that, and being so close to the year?
I really didn't have no thoughts to it. You never know what goes on, like I said, behind closed doors there. So, I mean, they got a tremendous coaching staff. I have a lot of respect for all those guys there. I'll go back, every season when I was playing. So they treated me like family.
Oh, I think we lost JR.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to pause us. There we go.
So you were saying about
Tony Bennett. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I don't know what goes on behind the closed doors there. I just know they have a tremendous great coaching staff there. They treated me nothing but respect. I went back every time after during the summertime when I was playing. They opened the doors for me. I'm still cool with a lot of those guys on the coaching staff. So, I wish them nothing but the best. I'm sure it's always tough, but I'm sure those guys will do a good job with getting those guys ready for conference play.
Yeah. So do you know Coach? Are you familiar with like Coach Sanchez? And obviously, I'm sure you know Jason, Coach Williford. But thoughts on what you've seen so far. I know you're busy with your own team, but if you've gotten a chance to see them, you know, what are your thoughts on the early season?
I mean, it's ups and downs like always. You know, you never have anything right now. It's still early in the season. Like you said, you just try to get ready for conference play, and just try to build each game and get better where each game goes along. So I'm sure those guys will figure it out and then go from there.
So I know you played all over the world after you were done at UVA. What was your favorite stop, and do you have any good stories from your time playing professionally?
I played in a lot of great places. I don't think I can name just one. I played in Israel, I played in France, played in Italy, Montenegro. So those are probably some of my favorite places that I played so far. But I think my first year I got lucky. I was in Italy, and Travis Watson was there, and Devin Smith was there too. So, yeah, we would all meet up in Milan. You know, I'm a rookie. I don't have any money, so I'm just like, hey, listen, guys, all the food is on you guys. So that was great to be able to get on their tab. So those are great guys, man. They still some people I talk to this day. So
that's awesome. So outside of basketball, what are some of your favorite memories from your time at UVA?
Probably football games. I was a big football fan. And I heard Elton talk about this, you know, how he was roommates with the football team. And like when we was there, we was really close with the football team. And actually on my visit, me and Marcus Hagan, the quarterback, we had a throwing competition on my visit at UVA. And I told him, hey, listen, I can outthrow you. And everybody's looking at me like crazy. Who is this kid right here talking about he can outthrow him? As you know, he's the quarterback of the football team. Right. So we was throwing in the middle of the street. And, you know, I'm not going to say who won, but yeah. You know, we end up becoming friends once I came to UVA and then later being roommates. So, you know, he's like my brother. So doing a tremendous job.
We would love to see him back on campus. You know, that we kind of were hoping at the last cycle we'd get, you know, him to come home, but you know, I think there's just so many academic restrictions that it makes it hard for the football team, and you know, it's the transfer requirements now. So
yeah, football and basketball, really. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Well, I'm sure they can figure something out.
Yeah.
Did you play football in high school too?
For like a year. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah,
I know
it was like maybe my sophomore year, freshman year, or something like that, quarterback. But nah, wasn't for me.
So Jeff and I used to go to the football games as kids, and it was probably one of the first games that we ever went to. It was like in the 90s, and I remember like being in the concourse area and seeing Junior Burrow. I think Yuri Barnes was there, maybe. Couple of the big guys, and I'm like, I mean, we were starstruck because we were, you know, young teenagers, and man, we I think we went down and looked at where they were sitting. You know, it was like they were like LeBron James to us at the time. You know, I mean, it was incredible. And so every time we go to a football game, which was almost all of them at that point, we'd be looking for the basketball team.
Yeah,
how was the atmosphere when you guys was there for the football games?
It was good. It was
very good.
A lot better than, of course, now. But you know, the stadium didn't seat as many people at the time, and you know, and I mean, George, the team was doing well. I mean, we were there during the years like when they beat Florida State
with Higgins. When Higgins was the quarterback.
No, Al Groh. I mean, Mike Groh. Mike Groh.
Yeah, I'm talking about Higgins beat them on that night game though.
Yeah.
When I was there, that's when I was there. That atmosphere was crazy.
It was. Yep.
Texas was in town. Auburn was in town. I remember all those big games coming in. It was a great atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So JR, could you tell everybody what you're up to these days and how they can keep up with you?
Yeah, currently I'm at Queens University in Charlotte. This is my second year here, assistant coach here. So just doing that now, trying to get these guys ready. I enjoy the teaching of the game, so it's full circle for me, trying to give back to them on and off the court and help them out any way possible. So, we're doing that now. Got a big game on Saturday against Gardner-Webb, so just getting ready for that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, they got a good one. Queens have a good one.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, JR, we really appreciate your time and coming on and talking with us tonight. We really enjoyed it. And a couple old UVA fans here. You made our
still
night.
Young, man. Not old. You're still young. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean,
appreciate you guys having me.
I tell you, I don't think people understand. Like, Jeff and I do this, and it's like, for us, man, this is like, it's just incredible to get to talk to somebody, a player of your caliber that, we watched and love to watch. And we appreciate you guys so much and your time for coming on with us. And it means a lot to us. So we appreciate you.
And like I said, I don't usually, do too many interviews because I'm more low key, but I do appreciate, speaking with you guys and just, the memories, bringing back the memories on playing days there. So I appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much. Have a great evening, JR, and good luck.
Take care. Thank you.
All right, take care.
So that was a new friend of the program, J.R. Reynolds. Another fun interview, bringing back Jay and I's younger years. I know I told you, Jay, I really thought that team was going to make a run during that tournament.
Yeah, you think about that backcourt, and we talked about getting him to rank some of those guys. I mean, honestly, you put Sean and JR together, they, I don't know, you can throw them in a hat and pick any of them out, and they're going to be real good. But, man, those two guys together, and I mean, we know from talking to Elton, there were some things that went on, that we still don't know about with that team and some of the teams there. But, man, he's definitely one of my favorite players that I've watched. And just, man, like a kid at Christmas. And it is Christmas, so how appropriate.
Yeah, no question. Yep. I was super excited when he said he would come on, and us half losers here were just excited that he has actually watched an episode. We know he watched the Elton Brown episode. So, and I was sure after we interviewed Elton Brown, he was one of the characters on the team. And JR cleared that one up for us. And of course, I just love to hear the stories. Playing at Maryland, playing at Duke, and then just the story of in the Duke game when the cameraman told Sean and JR, if you do something big, point to the camera. And when Sean hit that shot,
yeah,
he
that's
didn't
a legendary moment.
Yeah, no question. So I think that was going to wrap us up for this episode. Be sure to check us out on YouTube at the Cavalier Connection and on X at Talk UVA Sports.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button for us. Help us out a little bit. Visit thecollegehuddle.com. We have a website that should be out here soon at talkuvasports.com. If any IT people out there who know what the heck they're doing, they want to give us a little help, let me know, because I'm struggling a bit. I got it up and going, and then I had to strip it back down and start again. So,
and also for your IRA needs, if you're near retirement age, Jeff, visit CavalierGold.com. CavalierGold.com.
And don't say, Jeff, like I'm near retirement age. I still got a few years left, but those out there that are, you can go to CavalierGold.com and just take a look at their gold IRAs. That'll do it tonight, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great evening, and go Hoos.
Go.